as you're trying to kind of like look inside at that emptiness that's there, you might get an image of what that emptiness looks like. It might be like a fuzzy cloud. You might picture it as a fuzzy cloud, or you might picture it as the image of nothing, or you might feel some sort of hollow, empty sensations inside your skull or in your chest. That's still the false self. Go beyond that to the actual emptiness that's there. And now that you're there, keep your attention right there. Don't let your mind wander. Keep it right there. And now wonder, what is that? What is that? Whatever that is your ultimate true self. But the problem is you don't know what it is. You're trying to look for it as though you're looking for a tennis ball somewhere inside of yourself, like a physical object. You're trying to look for it. And you believe that you're going to find it. If only you look deep enough in there, you'll find this object, whatever it is. And then you'll be able to say, oh yeah, that's what I am. I'm this tennis ball looking thing, or whatever. Resist that temptation. Stay with the emptiness. Don't succumb to the mind's temptation to come up with some sort of conceptual or imaginary preview of what that true self is. We don't want a metaphor here. We're not looking for a preview. We're not looking for a model or a theory. We're not looking for an image of it. We're not looking for a belief about it. We're not looking for a word that explains it. We're just trying to actually get in touch with the actuality of what we are. That emptiness. So just try to keep your attention right there in that emptiness. And I know that is difficult, especially if you haven't done much practice with meditation or with mindfulness or with yoga or with psychedelics or any other kind of spiritual techniques. It's going to be very difficult for the average person to keep his mind or her mind on that emptiness, because the mind tends to wander. And because these days, we watch so much internet videos, so much YouTube, so much Facebook, so much smartphone text messages and Instagram and all this sort of stuff, we're so distracted, we're multitasking all the time, that we don't have the focusing muscles that are necessary to really be effective at self-inquiry. And self-inquiry is a rather advanced technique. It's a technique that's not very effective for many newbies, precisely because they lack the focusing ability and their mind is too noisy. Too many thoughts are coming up, which are separating you from feeling into that emptiness. So ultimately, what is self-inquiry? Self-inquiry is you going into that emptiness like I've been showing you here. So go back to it right now. Feel that, whatever that is, and then just sitting there and observing that with a silent mind. As silent as you can get your mind to be. Now, the trick, though, is that it's going to take you a long time of patiently, quietly observing that emptiness, whatever that is. And for now, I recommend that you just think of that emptiness just like a question mark. It's a question mark. You don't know what it is. It's something, but you don't know what it is. So the purpose of self-inquiry is just to observe that question mark. Hour after hour after hour, day after day after day, for hundreds and thousands of hours if necessary, until one day, all of a sudden you have a massive epiphany and you realize, oh, that's what that thing is. And that is awakening. That is enlightenment. When that happens. But you must observe very patiently for a very long time with lots of focus before that breakthrough or epiphany will happen. So really what you're doing is the following. It's as though you take an object like your finger, and you're sitting here and you're just looking at this finger. So try this. Just look at your finger and pretend as though you don't know what your finger really is. It's just like an unknown object, and you're just kind of like looking at it, and you're just wondering, what is this finger? What is it? And you're just kind of like looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And you're not thinking about it. You're not speculating. You're not theorizing. You're not doing philosophy. You're not even doing science. It's not like you're sitting here looking at this finger and thinking like, well, this finger is made of molecules. And, I think that this finger came about through evolution. And I know that this finger has bones inside of it. I could take an x-ray of it. I could see the bones. And I know that there's like blood in this finger. I know there's cells, millions and billions of cells making up this finger. None of that is the same as just observing the actuality of this finger as it is right here. So try to just observe your finger without thinking about it. That is exactly what you will be doing with self-inquiry, except the object will change. Rather than your finger, you're going to be using that emptiness that is inside of you. And you're going to have to train your attention on it for many, many hours with great focus. And then spontaneously, there will be an epiphany or an awakening. Spontaneously, you will realize what that thing is. This will not be a verbal answer. So a common mistake that people make is they think that self-inquiry will lead to an answer in some kind of verbal form. That's false. Nor will it be a conceptual answer. It will not be a model or a theory or a philosophy or even a belief of any kind. The answer will take some kind of new form, and you have to just be open to whatever that form is. You don't know what it is. It's just going to be your true nature. But for that to happen, you're just going to have to train your awareness on it for a very, very long time. And the trick, though, is that the mind gets tired of holding its attention on the emptiness, and it's going to wander around and start to think and daydream and come up with theories and speculations and ideas. Fears are going to come up, worries are going to come up, ideas for the future, problems from the past, old memories are going to come up, your personal biography will come up, scientific theories will come up, stuff that I told you in videos, advice that I've given you in the past, all of that will come up. Psychedelic experiences that you might have had in the past, memories of those will come up. And the whole trick with self-inquiry is that you have to cut through all of that and just stay with the emptiness. And as you do that, minute after minute, hour after hour, you build this laser focus-like concentration on that emptiness. And then eventually there will be a breakthrough, and you must trust that there will be a breakthrough. Otherwise, you will never hold your attention there long enough in order to actually have the breakthrough.